What makes Elle Woods one of the most beloved characters in modern comedy? Is it her intelligence, her confidence, or the fact that she constantly proves everyone wrong? Those are exactly the questions that Elle Season 1 sets out to answer. Instead of trying to recreate the magic of the original Legally Blonde films, this Prime Video prequel explores who Elle Woods was before Harvard, before the courtroom victories, and before she became the fashion icon audiences have loved for years. The result is a surprisingly heartfelt coming-of-age series that mixes comedy, friendship, family drama, and plenty of nostalgic fan service. While it doesn't completely escape the shadow of the original movies, it succeeds in reminding us why Elle Woods became such an enduring character in the first place. So, is Elle worth watching? Let's dive into our full review. One of the biggest strengths of Elle is that it understands exactly what longtime fans want. Rather than simply copying scenes from Legally Blonde, the series captures the same optimistic energy that made the films so memorable. The colorful settings, fashionable wardrobe, upbeat soundtrack, and playful humor all feel instantly familiar without becoming a carbon copy. From the very first episode, the show establishes a bright, welcoming atmosphere that feels refreshing in a television landscape often dominated by darker dramas and gritty thrillers. That lighter tone becomes one of the series' greatest assets. The biggest challenge facing any prequel centered on such an iconic character is finding an actor capable of making audiences believe they're watching a younger version rather than an imitation. Fortunately, the lead performance carries much of the series. Instead of trying to mimic every famous line or expression associated with the original character, the performance focuses on Elle's personality, her optimism, compassion, determination, and refusal to let other people define her. That approach makes this younger version feel authentic. She's still discovering who she wants to become, and watching that growth is one of the show's greatest pleasures. Many people remember Legally Blonde for its pink outfits, glamorous lifestyle, and memorable comedy. But underneath all of that, the original story was always about challenging stereotypes. Elle remembers that lesson. Throughout Season 1, the series explores themes of confidence, identity, friendship, and self-worth. Elle constantly finds herself underestimated because of how she looks or because of assumptions others make about her personality. Rather than becoming discouraged, she continues proving that kindness and intelligence are not opposites. That's a message that still feels relevant today. No coming-of-age series works without a strong supporting cast, and Elle introduces a collection of classmates, friends, family members, and rivals who help shape the young protagonist. Some characters provide emotional support. Others challenge Elle's confidence. A few become rivals who force her to grow. Although not every supporting storyline receives the same level of development, the ensemble generally succeeds in making Elle's world feel believable. The friendships, in particular, become increasingly engaging as the season progresses. Perhaps the biggest surprise is just how emotional Elle becomes. While there are plenty of funny moments, the series spends much of its time exploring Elle's relationships with the people closest to her. Family expectations, school pressures, first love, and personal disappointment all contribute to a story that feels much more grounded than many viewers might expect. Instead of relying entirely on nostalgia, the writers give Elle genuine emotional challenges that help explain the confident young woman audiences eventually meet years later. That emotional foundation is what gives the prequel its heart. Whenever a franchise returns after years away, fan service becomes almost unavoidable. Sometimes it feels forced. Sometimes it's distracting. Fortunately, Elle mostly gets the balance right. There are plenty of visual callbacks, familiar themes, fashion references, and subtle nods to the original films. Longtime fans will undoubtedly recognize many of these moments, but they rarely overwhelm the story itself. Instead, they function as rewarding Easter eggs rather than constant reminders of the past. New viewers can still enjoy the series without feeling excluded. Visually, Elle fully embraces the bright, colorful identity that fans associate with the franchise. Pink remains everywhere, but it never feels excessive. The costume design deserves particular praise. Every outfit reflects Elle's personality, while also showing her gradual emotional growth throughout the season. The production design creates a cheerful, energetic atmosphere that perfectly complements the optimistic tone of the story. It's the kind of series that immediately feels comfortable and inviting. Comedy has always been central to the Legally Blonde brand. Thankfully, Elle doesn't rely on exaggerated slapstick or constant jokes. Instead, much of the humor comes from character interactions. Elle's confidence often surprises people who underestimate her, leading to several genuinely funny situations. The dialogue feels playful without becoming overly sarcastic, making the comedy accessible to both longtime fans and younger audiences. No series is perfect, and Elle has a few noticeable shortcomings. At times, the pacing slows as the show spends longer than necessary developing certain side stories. Some supporting characters could also benefit from deeper exploration, especially those who seem important early in the season, but gradually fade into the background. There are also moments where the series leans a little too heavily on nostalgia instead of trusting its own original ideas. Fortunately, these issues rarely overshadow the overall experience. Perhaps the biggest compliment we can give Elle is that it exceeds expectations. Many franchise prequels struggle because they spend too much time trying to justify their own existence. Elle feels different. It understands that audiences already know where the story eventually ends. The excitement comes from discovering how Elle became the person everyone admired. By focusing on emotional growth rather than simply connecting plot points, the series creates its own identity. Overall, Elle is a charming, optimistic, and surprisingly heartfelt prequel that successfully expands the world of Legally Blonde. It captures the warmth, humor, and positive spirit that made the original films beloved while introducing a younger Elle who feels authentic rather than imitative. Although a few pacing issues prevent it from reaching its full potential, the engaging performances, colorful presentation, and uplifting message make it an enjoyable watch. Whether you're a lifelong Legally Blonde fan or someone discovering the franchise for the first time, Elle offers a fun and heartfelt journey that celebrates confidence, kindness, and believing in yourself. If you're looking for a feel-good series with plenty of heart, memorable characters, and enough nostalgic touches to satisfy longtime fans without overwhelming newcomers, Elle deserves a place on your watch list. What did you think of Elle Season 1? Did the prequel capture the magic of Legally Blonde, or do you still prefer the original films? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more TV reviews, ending explained videos, and streaming recommendations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next review.